excited to bring this next comic on the show. He actually was a part of the very first episode of the live versions of this show, which was called Inebriated, Hydrated, and Faded. Originally, I still have that clip. It's very great. I'm actually posting on Instagram for the people that don't know about that. Man, the show originally, people smoke weed and they get drunk. Because I'm from Washington, weed has been legal for a long time, so it's a great time. Me and Stephen Mays, homie, we had a show going, and I changed it up because you can't sell that to comedy clubs. Nobody wants that. That police at their comedy club in the Midwest. Weed is still the devil's lettuce, unless you're in Oregon, because everything is legal now. But this dude, Chris, got super, super drunk and had a blast. Probably still to this date, one of my favorite sets. Chris Mejia, y'all. Show him some love.
Bro, I forgot about that. Well, as soon as you started with, like, he was on the first show, I was just like, holy shit. Ken got me confused with some other racially ambiguous ass looking Drake bitch. And then I remember that show. Yeah, I got faded. Because like I'm like 60 pounds. So like at that time, I like smelled a bottle of Rainier and I was already not able to drive home. And like there was like those teachers there that night.
Mm-hmm.
A pack of 3 teachers who clearly had a lot going on in their personal life and just needed like the drunk they were getting was not like it's girls' night, we're having fun and all that. Mm-hmm. It was like if I don't get drunk tonight, I am murdering at least 3 children tomorrow at school. And they wouldn't shut the fuck up. They kept talking during the show.
They came on stage during the show. Do you remember that part?
I have in my time of doing comedy and like seeing comics fuck with crowds. Like I've seen comics like really rail on like big dudes who you're like, okay, someone walked this comedian to their car. The only time I have ever seen anyone storm the stage was those 3 teachers. Like for some reason, they had the most confidence out of anyone else. God, that show was a shit. It was fun, but it was a shit show. But it was fun.
It was a shit show for sure. It was like 3.5 hours long. Like it was.
I remember that was longer than the movie King Kong. Like
that shit took longer than Nevada counting votes. Like that shit was longer than me trying to get that joke out. That shit was.
By the time that show finished, I could have watched The Irishman twice. Like that's how long that show. It was so fucking long. If I was drunk at the start of the show, I would have been sober by the time the show was over. Like
I was sober by the time the show was over. Oh man, Chris, before we get started, let the people know where they can find you on social media, all that kind of stuff.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok at Topher Mejia, TOPHER MEJIA. I'm also on Facebook. Look up Chris Mejia Comedy on Facebook. That's my Facebook page. People always, I hate how like when people are like, oh, I'll find you on Facebook, and then they send you a friend request, and it's just like, I don't know you. Can you just hit the follow button? Like I'm trying to keep my Facebook to friends, family, and hoes I like. So it's just like I need that separation. But yeah, add me on there. Also, Chris Mejia Comedy on YouTube. I've been writing and working on a sports talk show that I'm hoping to get at least the first episode out before the end of the year. And I'll be releasing that on my YouTube, and I'll be posting about it on my Instagram and Twitter and all that. So give me a follow. You'll see more information about that.
Hell yeah. All right, man. Let's get into it. What's your relationship with with alcohol? Before we get into the story, I want to know the relationship with alcohol.
So I grew up a youth group kid. I was textbook youth group kid. So I through the end of high school, I didn't swear. I didn't drink. I didn't do any drugs. I was also abstinent But if you saw
I
how
don't think that was
nerdy
by choice. If you didn't,
I was about to say, it was like I was asking because I was saving myself for Christ. But if you saw old photos of me, you'll be like, I'm sure that's why. Religion was a convenient excuse for you. Like, oh yeah, you're saving yourself.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, how convenient. But no, yeah. So I never drunk, and then once when I got to college, my freshman year, I was like, I'm not gonna drink. Like, you know what? I don't need to drink to have a good time. If you need to drink to have a good time, you suck as a person. Like, you don't know how to live life to the fullest. And then I started drinking. I'm like, nah, I get it. Like I get it. I understand why people drink now. This is fun. This is great. So I started drinking, and like just ever since then, like, I've always been like, it was funny. I was trying to think of stories for tonight, and I realized like I have gotten like end of the world faded before, but like I'm able for the most part keep it. I'm able to keep it together. Like I don't I don't piss in the back of a taxi. Like I've never.
It was a car.
That wasn't a taxi. That was just somebody's car. Like that was.
Like
that car too, by the way.
Yeah. A taxi would have been classy. Like he just pissed in a stranger's car. Like it wasn't an Uber. It wasn't. It was just people he met while he was out.
Yeah, if it was a taxi, it's like, okay, who has it? But like a car, it's like, come on, man. It's like, come on. No, like in fact, I've had lots of bathroom mishaps, but none of them have happened while drunk. It's always or like same thing with like spilling drinks. Like I've maybe spilled a drink while drunk like twice, but I have spilled a drink while sober so many different times, and it always makes me so kind because people are always like, okay, you've had too much. Like we just ordered, like we just arrived. Clearly,
like I'm actually just always drunk, guys.
What about maybe I don't have hand-eye coordination? Like, have you ever thought about that? Maybe
like I might look like Bobby Wagner, but I don't have that.
It's the reason why they drafted Bobby and not me. Like, clear difference. But yeah, so like when like I would definitely get drunk, and like even now, I've always been a lightweight, but then even now I'm even more of a lightweight because I would always drive to everything. So I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna drink because I have to drive home. And then I get like super drunk like at least less than 5 times a year. And when I get drunk, I am like just hammered out of my mind. And I'm also a drunk texter too. So like if you're a homie and you text me, you're getting 14 back-to-back texts that are all in all caps, every single one of them. Terrible punctuation and spelling, and they're all just me being like, bro, love you, man, love you, yo, love you, bro, love you, yo, blow out my back sometime, I love you, man, we are home. We are.
Wait a second.
It's called love, Ken. All right, if you have a real friendship, normalize homies blowing out homies' backs.
Is that what? Can we get Rodescu's face on? Rodescu's face was like, wait a.
I always like this weed.
I can see by your face. You're like,
Rodescu was like, I need this weed in my. I don't. Whoa. He said, I'm about to smoke all this weed right now. Wait.
Yeah. So so I started drinking in college, and then now like I drink. I'm not anti-drinking or anything like that. And drinking's my thing. Like smoking, it's always very hit or miss for me. But drinking is definitely. I love drinking. Getting drunk, it doesn't happen often, but when I do get drunk, I go all out.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely like And I used to be a beer person, and then now then I started turning into a liquor person because it felt like I'm older, it's classier, less calories. And then now lately, I don't know if this is the light skin in me, but quarantine has turned me into a wine bitch. I'm a wine bitch now. Yeah, that's right. I'm the Samantha of the group. I don't know what that means.
I've never had that reference on this whole show. We've been running this. We're almost 10,000 downloads in. I've never had that reference. This entire show.
I am the king of making references of things I've never seen before.
He's just like, look, I'm trying to relate to my fan base, the people that might slide in my DMs. I just
listen. You date enough white women, you pick up on a couple of things. All right, this is more proximity and training. That's what it is. All right, I've dated too many white women where Hennessy hasn't come into the picture yet. Like that's basically what. I'm scared to drink Hennessy. I've never had it. And I'm legitimately scared because every story I've heard about Hennessy ends with a felony. All of them.
Fucks you up.
Like I was a youth pastor and then I had a Hennessy and I just blew out the deacon's back. Like, what?
What church you go to, man?
Yeah, man.
That's a non-denominational church right there.
Yeah, man. Where you at, man? Some shit going on over there, man. People getting their backs blown out drunk. God damn.
Left and right. Ain't no spinal cords nowhere. Just sack of potato people. That's it.
Like, hey, how'd the honeymoon go? Let me tell you, I broke that vertebrae. Let me tell
you.
Oh man.
Yo, what's Batgirl's name? The girl who's Batgirl?
Barbara.
Yo, that's the real reason why she ended up.
You don't get these nerds upset with us.
Yeah, I love how that's the thing they're gonna be upset with. Not that someone fucked her to being paralyzed. Just according to the comics, she was actually shot in the back.
Yo, I got a comment. It said, "Don't drink Henny if you can't fight." Like,
no, for real. So every year for Christmas, when I go back home to Florida, and all of my best homies from college, we go get drunk, and after we get drunk, we'll all get Taco Bell, and then we'll go back to one of my homies' apartment, and it's our tradition to watch fight videos on World Star. And the amount of fight videos that you don't see the Henny, but it was the cause. Henny was involved.
Like you see the Henny tumbleweed bottle roll across the back of the
or just the slur a guy has when he speaks is different when he's off the Henny. That's for sure. Like it's a slur of Henny makes you think you're Superman when you're like not even close. Like you're just not. It's probably the closest liquor can get to cocaine in the sense of thinking anything is possible.
Like some Kevin Garnett type shit. Anything is possible. That's how I'm telling you, man, don't drink that shit, man. Don't do it to yourself.
I saw an interview with Eamon Shumpert, and they were talking about, this was back when he was on the Knicks, and he was saying how he was getting really annoyed because whenever he would go out to the clubs with J.R. Smith, people just kept handing him bottles of Henny because of just the joke of him and Henny. And he's like, y'all need to stop doing that. We need this man in practice tomorrow.
That's why J.R. eyes be looking fucked up all the time. You ever see J.R. Smith's eyes? Everybody like, this nigga be high. It's like, no, man, he's been drinking Henny every night, dude. This nigga is tired. He is tired, dude. That's why I'm telling you, man. Don't do it, man. Say no to Henny, dude. You ain't got to prove nothing. And I hate how Hennessy be trying to act like they're so proper with that Jack Rabbit bullshit. The fuck's that got to do with Hennessy, man? Sorry, I don't even need to be talking. Sorry.
Yeah. I was like, this quickly derailed, but I'm fine with it. Like,
now they think like Henny murdered your family. Like, you got a lot of Henny
paid for a lot of tombstones in the Hopkins family. Like, that's
to unpack your baggage.
I don't know where all that anger came from, yo. I did just skip this joint too. What is up with me, man? I'm on a different calibration right now, dude. My bad, guys.
You talked about Henny the same way dudes talk about their divorce, where you're just like quiet in the corner. You're like, Henny took everything.
I'm telling you, man. Henny is. I fucking hate Henny, dude. I'm like, now I'm ready to throw something thinking about Henny, dude.
Henny ended his last relationship. Let's just leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
I think possibly, dude. I'm main suspect for sure. At least you got at least bring it in for investigation. Hennessy is definitely.
Yo, I can tell Henny bothers you because the second we started talking about it, you put your hood on.
Oh man, I've turned my TV off. I was like, man, I'm Henny.
Like, hold up. All right, I'm ready to go. I'm fucking raw.
I'm telling you, man. Henny. Oh man, telling you. Listen, guys. Let's not talk. Hey, let's not talk about Henny. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Let's let Chris. Let's get Chris back into his story.
All right. So drunk.
This is gonna be a 2-hour show.
Drunk story. My bad. Okay. So drunk story. One thing that came to mind was like senior in college, and my brother, 4 years older, came back to college for his second bachelor. So we were basically both in our same senior year at the same time. And my brother was like, yo, it's your last year of school, my last year of school. We should celebrate. Neither one of us have done a spring break trip. Let's go to New Orleans for spring break. And I was like, Jonathan, that sounds super dope, but I got no money. So obviously I can't do the trip. And you're just like, come on, like it'll be so much fun. Like we'll stay for a weekend. I'm like, you didn't hear what I said. I'm broke, so I can't go. He's like, I'll pay for it. And I'm just like, all right, man, let's go to New Orleans. Like, and my brother at the time, it was his girlfriend, now wife. But at the time it was his girlfriend. And my brother, he's just the type of dude who he's very protective. So like whenever he would go out drinking with his girl, he never really got drunk because he was always like, yo, I just want to make sure she's good and all that. So like he on the plane, he was like, yo, Rachel's not here. Like, I don't have to worry about watching anybody. So I'm going to go ham. And I just want to let you know, don't feel like you got to catch up with me because you won't be able to. I am here to drink. And I was like, yo, first off, I ain't no little bitch. Like, I understand that I'm 5'7" and like 33 pounds, but let me tell you, I could square up, bro. Like I can hold up to it. I can keep up with you. I'll match you drink for drink. Look, I could not match at all.
Look, time out. If somebody tells you don't feel like you have to keep up, like that is somebody on a mission, right? Like they about to go down the Black Diamond slope, and you don't have to go down the Black Diamond slope. Keep on the bunny slope. Have fun.
That's
a little jump.
There's two tones when people are like, "Don't like you can't keep up with me," and there's usually the one where it's like, "I bet I could outdrink you." Like, I bet you can't keep. Right. That they can never hold it. But the people who are like the all of the noise around them gets quieter. And they look at you and just like as if an anime, just like lighting just like gets darker and focuses on their face and they're like, don't play keep up with me. That person ain't fucking around. And my brother was not fucking around. No. It's like, have you been to New Orleans?
No, I haven't. That's on my to-go list. I I had some dates in New Orleans actually, so that was a sore topic right there. So thank you for that, man.
New Orleans is a place. The most you should go is a weekend because it's very especially if you're in the French Quarter. It's very dangerous. Nice. You will not survive like if you're going to party, you will not survive longer than a weekend. I don't care what kind of drinker you are, you will not survive. And I remember like we showed up, and I remember as soon as we got onto Bourbon Street, we walk on, and we're ready. Like it's the middle of the day, we're ready, excited, and this cop out of nowhere, white cop, looks at my brother. My brother, he's like, if he's not 6 feet, he's just about 6 feet. Tall dude, muscular dude in the National Guard. He's in the military. He's been working out since he was in 6th grade, like buff dude. Cop looks at him and goes, "Hey, you, come here." And I thought like, yo, damn, they are efficient with their racism in New Orleans. Like we just arrived and we're already getting profiled. Like I'm not even upset. Like that's kind of impressive, to be perfectly honest. And the cop comes up, and my brother, like, he's just like, "Did I do something wrong, officer?" And the cop was like, "Yes, you did. You're in New Orleans. Where's your drink?" A uniformed officer at 2 p.m. was like, "Where is your drink?" And my brother's like, "We just arrived." He was just like, "There's bars all around you. Why don't you go get a drink?" A uniformed officer almost brutalized my brother because he wasn't drinking.
He didn't have a drink. Yeah. I'm moving to New Orleans. Like that's it. Look, I just finished the studio here in Chicago. This is dope. Fuck this place. I'm moving to New Orleans like tomorrow.
Don't do that, bro. Don't do that to yourself.
Look, I don't give a fuck about cockroaches, the tsunamis, hurricanes. I don't give a shit what happens. Trump can be my next door neighbor. I'm moving there. The police will brutalize you if you're not drinking. I got an excuse to come home drunk every day. Might be like, "You just got home from work." I'm like, "Look, it's dangerous in these streets. I gotta get home."
So you come home drunk, and your girl's like, "Ken, why are you drunk again?" "Because Black Lives Matter. That's why."
Y'all don't go there, man. It's not a good place, dude. Don't
Sounds
go
like
there.
a beautiful place.
You look, dude, your wife is making you cookies and shit, man. You ain't gonna get none of that shit in New Orleans, man. You're gonna be drunk all the fucking time, dude. Everybody's drunk constantly, dude. It's insane, dude.
Insane.
Don't do it, dude.
You're making it sound amazing. This is heaven on earth. What you're saying.
My girlfriend, I broke up twice. Every time I go to New Orleans, I lose my girlfriend, dude. I swear to God, dude, I have not come out of there with a girlfriend. I've always gone to New Orleans with a girl, and miraculously, I somehow have lost twice, and I'm back with one of the girls. Ain't that? Never mind. It's crazy. I'm telling you, dude. New Orleans is not a good spot, dude. You're gonna lose them, dude.
But like, in fact, to prove how New Orleans will fuck you up, literally as soon as you land and you go into the terminal to leave, there's a giant sign that says New Orleans #1 in liver transplants.
Yes, that means that I got a liver on the way out there. That's what that means.
You think that's an advertisement to flex how good their hospitals are? That's a threat. That is a threat. The city of New Orleans is like, "You're gonna die today, bitch." Like you're gonna die today. But so fast forward, when things started going south, I remember we like New Orleans, like in the French Quarter, it's open container, so you can basically go to a bar and get a cup and then leave, walk in the streets, drink with it. Walking in the streets drinking, more fun than it sounds. Like it's so amazing. And every bar on whatever that street's called, I forget. Bourbon Street, thank you. Yeah. Every bar has like a to-go section. So you can either go into the bar, or there's like a window that you walk up to, you say, "I want a drink," they hand it to you, then you just keep walking in the streets. Now, the thing that the catcher is that you obviously cannot walk into a bar with a drink. So if you try to walk into a new bar, you have to drink. So my brother was like, "Let's go into this bar." We grab a drink. As soon as I get the drink, I took like 3 sips because I'm like, I want to enjoy my beer. My brother's already chugged these. Like, let's go to the next bar. I'm like, all right, that's fine. You know, we can walk in the streets and drink. And we walk outside. We just go to the bar right next door. He's like, yo, we got to get in. You got to finish your drink. And I'm just like, we just got this. And like, I would like to enjoy it. So then I have to chug it. And then we walk into the other bar, get another drink, leave, and then walk into immediately the next bar that's right next door. I have to chug my drink again. Kept doing that. By the time I got to the bar that's most famous for the hurricanes, I had a hurricane, puked 10 minutes later. Couldn't even last. Puked immediately, went back to the hotel to nap, and then when waking up from the day one, woke up from the nap, looked at my brother, I was like, I don't think I can survive. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this.
He told you on the plane though.
He told me on the plane. And we wild out. There was this karaoke place called the Cat's Meow. And bro, I did Jay-Z's Empire State of Mind. And terrible idea because I knew all the words and I did it well. As drunk as I was, I did the performance well. But I know I did it too well because I had a lot of white people who recognized me from doing karaoke there and was like, yo, Jay-Z. And I was like, I don't think this is good. I don't think white people calling me a different minority is a good thing.
Like, I'm more of a Drake, but
right. Fast forward to when things went crazy. So while trying to we were walking around, we kind of went off Bourbon Street and we were trying to get back on. And while trying to get back on, I was drunk stumbling and I stumbled upon a guy getting his dick sucked in an alley.
Oh, yeah, that's New Orleans for you, baby.
And the weirdest part of it was that I was like, oh shit, yo, my bad. Y'all have fun. And then as I was turning away, the guy's like, hey, and I turn around and he looks, because he was holding the girl's head and she pulls out and he's like, you want some?
Yeah.
Like he had a bag of chips to share.
Like, yo, you want to swish? You want in on this? And my drunk brain was like, that's very kind, but no, thank you.
No, Chris, me and your drunk brains is too different. I'm like, you know what? I like tropical Skittles. I'll try some of them.
You're doomed. You're doomed. It's over for you, buddy. We'll lose you to New Orleans too.
At the end of the night, so this is the end of it. At the end of the night, my brother, we're both really drunk, and he looks at me. He's like, "Hey, you want to go to a strip club?" And I was like, "Yes, let's go. Let's go." Yep. And we went in, and this was a weird strip club because there was multiple stages. It wasn't like there was just one stage, so you could just focus on one. It was like you choose which dancer you wanted to watch. And I remember there are 2 important things happened that night. One, I saw as we were in, there was these 2 black dudes there, and they just had a giant. I have never seen that much cash in physically in my life, in one sitting. And as we sat down to watch, one of the guys was like, yo, we gotta go. And he's like, and he still had a lot of cash. So in his brain, he was like, well, I can't take this. I guess money doesn't work anymore when you leave. So he just grabs a part of the stack, throws it at one stage, and then goes to another stage, grabs another stack, throws it at that stage, and then goes to the final stage and throws the rest of the money on the stage. And I have never been so impressed in my entire life. Where you had all this money that just helped different dancers at the same time. I don't know if that's misogynistic or just every rapper's dream. I can't tell. I didn't know whether to be like, yo, that's pretty sexist, or be like, yo, this man needs to write a book on how to fucking make it with his money, because this is some Shark Tank shit right here. And then after that, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna get a lap dance. And that was the first time I went to college in Tampa, and Tampa has a bunch of strip clubs. So you get to a point where you at least go to a couple strip clubs in Florida. But that was my second time going to a strip club. And that was my first time getting a lap dance. So I didn't know lap dance etiquette. So while getting a lap dance, didn't know if it's more normal to stay silent and just walk, or if it was more normal to strike up a conversation. So my drunk ass is having small talk with a stranger, twerking on my dick. And I like in hindsight, I feel so bad because it's like, this is her work. This is her job. So like she does this all the time. We don't need to have small talk. She's good at what she does. She's very talented. What I should and just I pay her and then I bid her adieu and then I go off on my own way. But my ass is just like, so how long you been living in New Orleans?
While she's dancing.
And then she's telling me her life story. And I love conversations. I really thrive off it. I really love like just getting to know people. Forth, yeah. So at some point I'm just like, do you like stripping? And she's like, oh, I love it. And I'm just like, oh, tell me more about why how did you get into stripping? And she told me how she got into stripping. And she was just like, yeah, it's just a fun thing to do. It's just nice to also like, especially lately, it's just nice to like get away from my boyfriend. And I'm just like, oh, is everything okay? Are you having relationship problems? And she's like, no, it's just, you know how it is. My boyfriend's a drug dealer and it's just sometimes he's a little much. And I'm just like, oh yeah, girl, I understand. And it went from a lap dance to, in a matter of 4 minutes, a mini therapy session where I was just like, more about why. So he doesn't communicate his love. Okay. All right. Oh, excuse me. Oh, no, that hurt my dick. Yeah, so tell me more about your love languages. Then we went outside, I puked in the alley, and then went home.
This story. I'm friends with a lot of strippers because I frequent strip clubs, and yeah, you're their favorite customer. You are.
I'm genuinely curious. While getting a lap dance, is that wanted? Having small talk, or is it preferred to be quiet? Because it's like I want to respect the medium. I want to be a good customer. Yeah. It's like when you go to a restaurant, you don't want to be you don't want to do the shit that servers hate all of the time. So it's like same thing with like if I went to a strip club and got a lap dance, I want to be a good customer. Like, I want to do the things where they're like, you know what? Not every customer thinks about doing that, and you did that, and I respect you. No, just
don't jizz yourself while they're dancing.
Yeah, man, what the hell are you thinking? What the hell are you thinking about this shit? This stripper
don't care about our Uber rating. I care about my strip club rating.
These strippers gonna be confused as fuck. Thinking like, come on, what this is wrong, man?
They're like, yo, get this drink ass nigga out of here.
I don't know. I'm here to shake my ass, man. I mean, you can talk. We can talk, dude. You like talking? I like your manners, though. It's like the most politest thing ever.
Did that Bobby Wagner ass looking dude ask you about your life? Yeah, he asked me why I don't want to talk to my husband.
So I'm like, I'm trying to shake my ass, dude. That's a great. That's an
interesting ass situation. I've never been to the strip club with the guy that wants to have the whole conversation with somebody. So that's kudos to you for thinking about the people first. But they don't want that. They don't want that at all.
Super quick. Last time I went to Portland, me and shout out the homie Elliot GB, we were doing shows in Portland. And while we were there, like, yo, fuck it, let's go to a strip club, because I've always heard how great Portland strip clubs were. The one I went to had a great time. It was great. And ever since starting stand up, years and years ago, whenever I watch people perform different creative things, I don't watch it from a spectator standpoint. I watch it more of just like trying to notice the very like deep intricacies and complexities that go along with it, and like admiring it from that point of view of like, yo, you have a craft and you're excelling in your craft just like how I excel in my craft, which is great for like if you're watching music or things like that. Is not how you should approach stripping, because only because not a diss against stripping at all. I personally believe that's a craft. Like you got to be good at dancing. You got to know how to perform. I respect it. The reason why I'm saying you shouldn't do with stripping was because I was sitting there like this, and I was like, wow.
Bruh.
He was like, oh, yo, do you think she's attractive? I'm like, I mean, yeah, but like, this is impressive what she's doing. She's hanging off the ceiling and just like, yo.
You gotta do this at the same time though, bro. You gotta do this. Like throw some money at the same
I like got up and walked to the stage to drop, and I was like, very impressive. Acrobatic skills, 10 out of 10.
I'm never gonna take you to the strip club
together. All of us gonna go to the strip club together. It's gonna be a trip.
Ken, how you been, Ken?
This girl, wow! I love this perfume that you have chosen. It's really stimulating. I love it.
That's all I'm saying with the small talk thing. It's not big. I'm not saying you shouldn't have small talk with strippers. It's like how when you get into an Uber or Lyft, you don't have to have a conversation with them. Right. So it's like I want to make it clear. I am not shaming or anything like that. I want to make it clear. It's like, is it like an Uber situation? Is it one of those we don't have to have a conversation? It's not required, or is it polite? Like, is it preferred? If it's preferred, let's talk. Let's talk it up. Let's talk. Like, what episode of Haunting of Hill House are you on? Let's talk about this.
Man, you shouldn't do that.
Dollars out, bro. If you throw $1, all right, man. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Talk to me. I can be whatever you want to do as long as I see those dollars coming out of your hand. I'll talk. I can be whatever. I can tell you, these strippers be lying a lot, bro.
Lying.
Hey, some be real, but some be like, hey, man, I'm going to be whatever this guy needs me to be right now. I'm going to be the lonely lady by myself who's just trying to get through my stuff. And she know this type of dude who'll be like, oh, you want to help me and stuff? Yeah, I'm going to be this girlfriend. Man, I was saying I was a stripper. She broke down to me, man. She's like, the psychology behind this shit. I was like, man, hey, props to you, lady. We had waffles too that morning. It was great.
That was after he got played. That was.
Oh yeah, I lost. I lost. I knew I was walking out losing. I was like, I knew that going in. I was like, I'm not walking out of this as a winner. She's clearly too above me, but she at least was nice enough to not do me too dirty. She gave me at least all right, dude, I'm gonna give you a little game. You paying for everything, and then we're gonna get the fuck out of here. And no, you will not see my titties. I was like, fair point. All right. Telling you, dude, strippers, dude, they're great though. Man, we gonna all go to a strip club together, guys. That's gonna be the move.
I can't. My wife doesn't like it anymore. I used to frequent with them regularly, and it's become a no-go now lately.
Fuck it, we don't want no married dude anyway. Chris, let's roll, man. Let's roll.
Yeah, y'all should definitely do that. Just let me know when you're gonna do it, and we just talk about it before. You know what I mean?
I got you. I'll show up with ones and talking points. Let's do it.
Oh fuck! All right, y'all. If y'all enjoy Chris, one more time, let them know where they can find you on social media.
At Topher Mejia, TOPHER MEJIA. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Follow me there.